Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 75. Let's begin. So we'll do 2 lines today, just like we've been doing in the yesterday and day before yesterday. Let's get going. The first word is jis, jo, with a choti ki matra. So that's a jim with a zer that gives us ji, choti ki matra. And then we need a sir, jis, which is a scene. Now we have to put them together. Jim, as you know, when it joins, it looks something like this, to which we're going to join the scene. Jish. Jis. Jis means this or that. Something particular. Jis. The next word is go. That's a go. So here we have to slow down. We do not have a letter for go. As in Hindi, as you clearly see, Hindi has a letter that represents the sounds g. We do not have that in Urdu, but we do have g. G is gaf right here. To which we're going to join a he, do chashmi he, to which we're going to join the do chashmi he to produce the sound of g. And written together, it looks like this. And that's a g, which is simply G and H, just like you would do in English. Just like you would do in English. If you want to produce the sound of g in English, English has g, but it has no g. So you stick a H next to it to make it a g. Just like that, we do that here. So that's our g. Looks like this. G. Now we need a r. R looks like this. But we don't need a r, we need a re. Badi ki matra. So we need a choti hai, and that gives us badi ki matra. G, ri. Just ghadi. Let's talk about what ghadi means. Ghadi has a couple of meanings. Ghadi can mean a watch or a clock. A watch that you wear, like a wristwatch, or a clock that you have on a wall. A wall clock is called ghadi. But ghadi can also mean time, a moment in time. Lamha usko kehte hain. The synonym of ghadi is lamha, time, moment, a brief period. A moment is called ghadi. So it can mean a moment or a watch. Here it is used as a moment, the specific point in time. Just ghadi. Meri निगाहों, नी छोटी की मात्रा, then a ga, niga, and then a ho. That's a ho. That's a ho and a wow. When ho joins the wow, we need one more loop to join the wow. That's a ho. Ho, it's o ki matra. But we don't need a ho. We don't need a ho. So far it says nigaho. We don't want nigaho. We want nigahon. Nigahon, as you can hear clearly, there's a nasalized n at the end. To produce a nasalized n, we have to put at the end what is known as nun gunna. Nun gunna is a noon without a dot. And n, this is the noon right here. Without the dot is a nun gunna. In Hindi, you will simply put a dot on top of it. And now it no longer says nigaho, it says nigahon. Jis ghadi, meri, nigahon. Let's put them together. The noon is going to come closer and join the gaf, and that's what it is. Ni-ga-hon. Jis ghadi, meri, nigahon. Ko. And the next one is what we have to slow down here. The word is dal. That's a duh. Lost it. That's not how we write it. The. Then we need a choti ye, which gives us badi ki matra, and then another dal. And now it reads deet. What deet is, we'll worry about it in a second. First, let's put it together. As we already know by now, whether a choti ye or badi ye, if they appear in the middle of the word, if they appear in the spelling of a word in the middle, as opposed to at the end, when they appear in the middle, either choti ye or badi ye, both of them take this shape. And we put them together. When we put them together, it's going to look like this. I should have done this a little bit lower. It should look like this. Dal, ye, and that reads deet. Dal, ye, and for the time being, let's continue with this thing. Let's continue with this word. The word that we actually want is di, da, ra. Di, da, ra. What does didar mean? Didar means something to look at something that you admire very much, something that you have a great deal of respect. It also has a connotation. It also has a nuance of something spiritual. Didar karna. Didar, and from the word didar, we have the word deed. Didar is the noun. Didar is the noun, is the actual act of doing it. Deed is the verb. Deed is the verb. Didar is the noun. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई. Her, and then we don't need a her, we need a who. To make, we have a her, we don't need a her, we need a who. Not only we need a who, but we need a badi u ki matra. To produce the badi u, it has to join the vav with the ulta pesh. So it's going to look like this. Her, a vav with the ulta pesh. That's who, right here. That's who. And then we need e. E is alif and a choti ye. Alif and a choti ye. Alif and a choti ye. When alif is followed by a choti ye, or badi ye, or a vav, it takes this shape. You write your choti ye and you put hamza on top of it. As you can see, it's no longer round. You change the shape to like a sharp angle, and then choti. This is all of this is choti ye. All of this is choti ye, and on top of this hamza sits, and that hamza represents the alif, and that gives us badi ki matra. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई. The moment that I looked at him, the moment that I saw him, the moment that I visualized him, and to her, seeing him is actually a very big deal. It's a big occasion for her. It's a matter of immense pleasure for her. Hence the use of the word deed. She does not say dekha. जिस घड़ी मैंने उसे देखा. No, जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई. The moment my eyes received that pleasure, when my eyes caught the sight of him, the moment my eyes received that pleasure, the deed is a pleasure that you, a special occasion. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई, and we'll have to do the next line now. As soon as I saw him, the moment I see him, the precise moment I see him, something happens to him. वो घड़ी मेरे लिए again, let's slow down for liye. So we have a lam, which is a la. We don't need a la, we need a li, choti ki matra. So we put a zer underneath it, and that gives us li. And now we need a, li a. We need a, which is alif and a badi. Just like you would do in Hindi. a. Or you would not. In Hindi, I stopped myself. I thought, that was a silly thing too. A is not written like this in Hindi. For A, we have a special letter in Hindi. Of course I know it, I forgot about it. This is A. This is A. It is not written like this. A is written like this. Alif and a badi A. So as you can see, there is a complication in Hindi. In Hindi, we do not write A like this, it's written like this. There's a complication here because it's alif, it's the first letter, it's the it's the very first letter of the alphabet, and therefore it behaves in a peculiar manner, in an idiosyncratic manner, in an eccentric manner, in a strange manner. Similarly, in Urdu also, when alif is followed by badi a, this is something we talked about a second ago, when alif is followed by badi a, or choti a, or waw, it's not written, we do not write it like this. We do not write A like this. We just write a badi A and we put a hamza on top of it. So we have to combine together li and A. So here's a li, here's a lam, badi A, we put a hamza on it, li. That reads li. Wo gadi mere liye. The next word is a vocab word. Next word is a vocab word. The word is aish. So again we have A, but this is a badi A ki matra. This is a badi A ki matra. Alif and a badi A is going to give us A, but since we have a badi A ki matra, we need a zabar on top of it. So that's the first complication. The second complication is that this A, even though this is A and this is A, this particular word that we want to write does not take alif. It does not take alif, it takes ain. Ain, as you can see, ain is something that does not exist in Hindi. Hindi language does not have this concept. All we can do is approximate it. Ain is approximately a. But in Urdu, we cannot write alif, it has to be ain. So we have a ain. We have the ain, on top of it we put a zabar and a badi a. Now because this is not the end of the word is aish. So we have to put a shur now, and now it reads aish. Because it appears in the middle, it has to take this shape. And ain, when written together, does not take a full form, it takes this form. And to which we're going to join the shur. In shur, as you know, a lot of the time, people do not want to take the time to make two loops. Instead of making two loops, you will see shur most of the time in writing as this, one long loop and a shur with and three dots. This is what we have to put together. Let's do it together. Let's write it on top here. Voila. That reads aish. That's this word right here, aish. A and shur. Shur, I always have to remember that it sticks out. I don't know why, but shur, whenever you have a shur, you cannot put a line on top of it. It always has to stick out. I have not learned it. I have not yet learned it, the reason behind it, but that's what I have observed, that shur has to stick out. So that reads aish. It's a badi A ki matra, hence the zabar on top of it. It does not take a alif, it takes a ain. That's a badi A, that's a shur. Aish. What does aish mean? Well, you know what aish means. Aish karna means maza karna. Enjoy yourself, to have a good time, to have pleasure. बड़ा ऐश हो गया था, बड़ा मज़ा आया था. आपने ऐश किया था वहाँ पे? हाँ जी, बड़ा ऐश किया था, बड़ा मज़ा किया था. To enjoy something. And that is what she's talking about. That is what she's talking about. Aish, that's the word here. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई, the moment I looked at him, the moment he appears before my eyes, वो घड़ी मेरे लिए ऐश की, and here's another vocab word, and this word ki Here's another vocab word, and this word is really a vocab word, not the kind of sort of word that we hear every day. And the word is to mo. That's right, to mo meme. Then we have a he, her, her, but we don't need a her, we need a he, badi ki matra, that requires a choti ye, and then a dal. Dal is a da. What does it read? It reads ta, ma, and this is a he. Again, because it appears in the middle of the sentence, because the choti ye appears in the middle of the spelling, it's not going to take this shape, it's going to take this shape. And that's a badi ki matra, ha and a badi ki matra. Tamheed. What is a tamheed? Tamheed is, as I said before already a second ago, it's not a common word, it's not a sort of words you and I will use in our daily language, daily speech. Tamheed is a preface. Make sure you do not pronounce this as preface. It's not a preface. The correct pronunciation of the word is preface. Preface. It's pronounced preface, not preface. What's the preface? Preface is an introduction. It's an introduction. When you pick up a new book, in the very beginning of the book, on the very first page, the author will tell you why he or she took the trouble of writing the bloody thing. He or she will tell you the reason why he or she wrote the book. That's introduction. That introduction to the book is called preface. Preface is an introduction. It's a preface. Preface is an introduction. Tahmeed is an introduction. It's a preface. It's the beginning of something. Preface means a beginning of something. In the case of a book, and when we say preface, in that case, it's the beginning of a book. It's an introduction to the book. Here, it is the introduction. Here, it is the introduction to her joy, to her enjoyment, to her desires, to her wants. वो घड़ी मेरे लिए ऐश की. I need the room. You have to erase it. So let's put tamheed together. Ta, ma, ha, choti ye, and a dal. Ta, ma, this is ma, then we have a ha, and then a choti ye, tamheed. वो घड़ी मेरे लिए ऐश की tamheed हुई. Her, and then a wow with ulta pes to give us who. Badi ki matra, who, and then e. Alif and a choti ye gives us badi e. Alif followed by a choti ye is going to look like this. So here we have a who, that's a her, wow, ulta pes that gives us who, and alif and a choti ye, when written together, it takes this shape. Alif is replaced by a hamza. Alif disappears, and you put a hamza on top of choti ye. That hamza represents the alif and the choti ye. वो घड़ी मेरे लिए ऐश की तमहीद हुई. Let's read the first line first. Let's read the first line again. So the whole thing makes sense to us. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई. जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई. The moment my eyes saw him, दीद हुई. The moment he appears before my eyes, the second he appears before my eyes, जिस घड़ी मेरी निगाहों को दीद हुई, वो घड़ी मेरे लिए ऐश की तमहीद हुई. That precise moment was the precise second, was the precise moment when my joy, my enjoyment, my happiness began. The sight of he appearing before my eyes was the beginning of my joy, my happiness. वो घड़ी, hence the tamheed. That was the introduction. That's when it all began. Tamheed. वो घड़ी मेरे लिए ऐश की तमहीद हुई. That precise moment was the preface of my happiness, my joy, when he appeared before me. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.